Have you ever looked at Garry's mod and thought, wow, I want to do something ambitious, only for the entire goddamn engine to go, fuck you, not today, here's a slideshow and a connection problem in a single player session? Yeah, that's Source. Welcome to hell. I don't hate the Source engine. Yes, I fucking do! Source is a fucking tumor. It's a cancer. It's the festering ass spoil of engines that refuse to die because people think Half-Life 2 having a seesaw puzzle is the fucking second coming of Christ. This is personal. This is rage. This is betrayal. Let me tell you why I have two games open at once. If my GPU's in a generous mood, sometimes even 3, GTA 5, Crisis, GMOD all loaded because I cannot decide between A. Blowing up a metric fuck ton of barrels with physics that actually fucking physics, B. Playing with workshop mods, flying around in a Halo Banshee, unfreezing a dupe, and watching my frame rate perish. But here's the problem. If I want to blow Hitori Goto's head off in episode 9 of Bocce the Bloodshed, I gotta throw away the smooth gunplay of Crisis, the silky ass prop handling of CryEngine 2, and instead settle for Source's bullshit vomit physics because that's what everyone else uses. Why the fuck are we still using Source? Is it because Source is easy? No, it's not easy. It's familiar, and that familiarity is the shackle keeping sandbox games from evolving. You're telling me we still haven't gotten a Garry's mod alternative when every other engine is better in every measurable way? Unreal? Godot? Or like, the engine that made 3,000 barrels explode in 2007 and is only doing more and more as hardware gets better? Half-Life 2 puts a seesaw in a fucking sewer and everyone loses their minds. Crisis drops you into an entire fucking planet and people are like, yeah, but Half-Life 2 had a cool boat though. Let me spell this out. I have more fucking fun messing with GTA 5's director mode than I ever had in Garry's mod past the initial novelty. And GTA 5 wasn't even designed to be a sandbox in the same way. But guess what? It works, and when it works, it fucking sings. I wanted to love Garry's mod, I really did. Back in the day, 2016, watching Vanos and the crew throw shit around in funny edits, I was hooked. I didn't even know what Valve was, I just wanted to launch anime girls into the sky and blow up houses. And when I finally got it, I did, spawning props, killing TF2 mercs, but then I slowly got into physics and it started wearing off immediately. I got better PC after better PC. Better CPU, better GPU, RGB, which means 10% more frames guaranteed by gamer lore, and Source still performed like dog shit on a tricycle. And I started asking myself, why the fuck am I running into the exact same hard-coded physics wars as someone on a fucking Pentium 4? The reality is, unfreezing that office stoop or stacking 83 boxes would be no problem on any other engine. Source not being able to stack shit to the sky is an arbitrary limitation of the physics wrapper. I don't know what engine has this limitation, because CryEngine 1 from the exact same year as Halo 2 doesn't have this problem. CryEngine 2? It only does more, and it scales. Here is a Ryzen 7. Here is a Ryzen 9. Your game is dead. Your dupe is stuck. And now, you're lecturing a frozen screen like a PowerPoint demo. As you can see, there are 83 stacked boxes in this image. People laugh at this shit. I don't. Because when I want to do something cool, Source punishes me. I throw more money at it, nothing changes. I try modding it, it breaks more than it fixes. I tried VJolt, it fixed nothing. It gave me more bugs, more Synthes issues, more reasons to fucking scream. Basically what I am saying is Crysis literally runs better than Half-Life 2. And worst of all, no one's fixing it. No one's even trying. Because apparently, Half-Life 2 has charm is enough of a fucking excuse to store 20 years of progress. I fucking hate the Source engine. Yes, I said it. But I used to love this game. What happened? Why did it have to be like this? Garry's Mod was my dream game. My childhood dream. My playground. And now it's a fucking broken toy in a pile of wasted potential. All because of one engine that refuses to move on. Everything wrong with Garry's Mod is Source. The second that fact burns in your skull, you start seeing it. The dogshit performance, god-awful physics, and awful scalability. Every ounce of failure leads back to the engine it was built on, and it fucking shows. GTA 5 is a better sandbox game than Garry's Mod. It doesn't even have a pickup function. Let me repeat that. No pickup function. Yet it still slaps Garry's Mod across the mouth and takes its lunch money. That's how fucking bad Source is. GTA 5 does not even try, and it still beats Garry's Mod just because its engine is so much fucking better. Source is the only engine that shits itself when I stack 83 boxes on my fucking 12-core Ryzen. The only one. Not CryEngine, not Unreal, not even fucking Unity. Just Source. I'm not laughing when the ragdolls flail around like dying cockroaches. I'm not smiling when my frame rate drops to seconds per frame from basic physics simulation. I'm fucking angry. Because we had this, and now we have this. You just cannot make this shit up. I've made one video already. It was a mess. A good start, maybe. But I did not touch on half the shit I needed to. I went all in on saying CryEngine is perfect for a game like Garry's Mod, which I still stand by, but I did not touch on the core issue. And that's how fucking bad Source is. CryEngine 1 came out the exact same year as Half-Life 2, and it beat Source on multiple fucking fronts. I honestly think even Unreal Engine 2 had better physics than the Source engine. I am going to go off script here and quote what I said like 5-6 months ago, because there is just not a better way to put it. All it takes to destroy your frame rate in Garry's Mod is 10 fucking Henry Hoovers. That's all it takes. And this is on a state-of-the-art computer. Anyway, back on script. Anyway, this was never off script. I just wanted to sound rad. Let's talk about Sandbox. Sandbox, if anything, feels more like a Roblox clone than a true GMOD successor. It runs entirely off game modes, pre-packaged experiences instead of raw sandbox freedom. You don't just spawn in a mess of shit. Also, the frame rate still looks worse than CryEngine 2 from 2007. Which brings me to my second point. Personal feeling here, but this game still uses Source 2. I don't want Source in the name. That word makes me gag. It's not even hate anymore, it's contempt. It's deep, personal, seething contempt. We are so goddamn overdue for a new sandbox game that actually respects the concept of physics, not whatever the fuck this arbitrary stack limit is. Source was out of date the moment Crysis released. It was the future 10 years early. I mentioned this in the last video, but I got shut down by really just one person who said CryEngine is hard, and that's why we are still using Source. I guess, who am I to say it's easy? I don't know shit about game dev, but that's besides the point. Source fucking sucks. And maybe we wouldn't be suffering if people just looked outside the cage once in a while. Because once upon a time, there was a beautiful, short-lived genre of videos. Crisis Mass Physics. This video did not need a joke, a punchline, or even dialogue. Just a single sentence. 1,000 barrels, explosion. And boom. That's it. That was the entire video. You'd click it, and then you would watch as CryEngine shredded through thousands of objects without flinching. The game engine did not sweat. It flexed. It asked how far you wanted to go, and then it went even further. And that was over 15 years ago. Meanwhile, Garry's mod, a game supposedly about physics sandboxing, can't even let me stack boxes to the sky without throwing a tantrum. Also, my frame rate dying over a fucking smiling vacuum is not funny. You look at Crisis Mass Physics in 2008 and then look at what we're still doing in Garry's mod today. It's a fucking joke. The community just accepted the downgrade. They said, this is fine, while Source continued tripping over its own fucking shoelaces and sending CPUs into fucking therapy. So, what's the excuse? CryEngine is hard. Is that the reason we're still shackled to this crippling mess of an engine? Let me introduce you to this little thing called CryMod, an entire community that existed purely to mod Crisis. Yeah, remember that? These people were making maps, vehicles, scripted AI, custom weapons, and full-on gameplay mods, all in CryEngine fucking 2. So don't you dare tell me CryEngine is too hard, when CryMod proved over a decade ago that this engine is the future we chose to ignore. And yet, people would rather die in the sandbox cage than walk out the open door. We had it. We had the goddamn answer. And now we don't because Crytek shut it down. There was another shot, actually. A glimpse in the dark. Modern Play, it was called. Short-lived. Yeah, a mess, absolutely. But the idea behind it? It was wide. It had the balls to say, hey, what if we took what Garry's mod was supposed to be and shoved it into Unreal Engine 4? It failed because of asset flips, lazy execution, and devs that clearly just wanted quick cash, but the moment it hit Steam, people were porting San Andreas to it. Fully playable, full frame rate, and no stutter. Meanwhile, try importing it into Garry's mod, and you need an entire fucking library that's insanely buggy to do it. Think about it. If Modern Play just used Half-Life 2 assets and had basic physics sandboxing, it would have been the new Garry's mod. It would have been way better too, solely because Unreal Engine is a platform infinitely more competent than Source has ever been. So, no, I'm not ranting just because I hate Source. I rant because there is literally no other option. Not one that combines very good physics with community. And this is my way of telling people we need a new sandbox game that is not powered by the fucking Source engine. So, take a good look at what Crisis can do and what it's been doing since 2007.